Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and welcome back to another window shopping video. This is when I take a look at some interesting figures that I find on the internet, share them with you, and also share some of my thoughts about said figures. So, the first one that I want to talk about comes courtesy of Pixel Dan. So, he posted this on Twitter, and I just had to go take a look at it. So, check it out. Now, this is a Fury Toys 1/12 scale Samurai Turtle Wave 1 Assassin Spring. I think they just have a whole bunch of stuff mixed in there. And I'm pretty sure this is not an officially licensed Ninja Turtles product. Pretty sure Nickelodeon had no say in this, but I still want to take a look at it because it does look kind of cool. So of course they're not going to say like, oh, well, this is Leonardo as a samurai. Like, no, 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 no. Just take a look at it and look at these different pictures. And yeah, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Awesome. Samurai turtles. Oh, there we go. Now the price on this is $49.99. Plus shipping, $5 in the USA for shipping, and it looks like it's going to be available in quarter 2 or quarter 3 of 2022. So a little bit off, a little bit ways off from there. But the only thing about this figure, besides it being, I mean, I never gotten anything from Fury Toys. I don't know the quality of them, but I know that this is not officially licensed stuff. So I don't know how the quality is going to be on something like this. But as you can see, the measurements of this guy, about 12 centimeters, which equates to around 5 inches. So it's not a very large figure at all, but just based on these photos, it looks kind of cool. All right. But like I said, I don't know about this website. I don't know about this company. I mean, this website does look it looks kind of iffy. You know, it's a Shopify site, as it says down here at the bottom. And let's look at all this other stuff that is also pretty sure it's not licensed at all. I mean, take a look at this this figure based on the mask, you know, that Jim Carrey movie. And of course, the pictures look great and all. But they want like $100 for this thing. And yeah, it looks cool. But, you know, they're calling it Mask Man cloth action figure. And then let's see, what else do we got here that we can take a look at? Here's some Dragon Ball stuff. Kong Studio. Well, at least they said SSJ4 Vegito. At least they said who he was. Oh, and there's Neo and Trinity. Okay. So it looks like they are using some names for this kind of stuff, for some of the stuff they have here. But, you know, Steel Justice. I mean, of course, we know this is Superman, right? But yeah, Black Steel Man action figure, Steel Justice 1/12 collectible action figure. So I don't know, but you know, it was still pretty neat to look at that rendition of a Ninja Turtle, which I thought was pretty good. Now let's move over to the officially licensed stuff. And the first thing I wanted to take a look at here was over on BigBadToyStore.com, where they kind of got like these weird Christmas themed figures for like nutcrackers and elves and weird Santas. And just take a look at this here. It's the Naughty or Nice collection, Evil Nutcrackers, a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive figure. So you see that is just like a regular nutcracker, you know, but he looks, you know, evil. It looks kind of mean, and they have all these different expressions and different artwork. I mean, he's a zombie. He looks like he's kind of sick, but it's a zombie nutcracker. And then they also have the same thing for these elves here: Spike the elf, Betty the elf, Freddy the elf, and then for Santa Claus. So this is a kind of cool looking Santa Claus figure. So this is the robot Santa Claus, and I think the accessories that he comes with are pretty cool. So he has a naughty list, a pump action shotgun, and an interchangeable robot head. You know, it kind of reminds me of the robot Santa from Futurama. So yeah, I mean, because Christmas is coming up, I thought that this was pretty interesting. You see that Santa stands at about 6.5 inches tall. $36.99, so it's not an outrageous price, but I thought this was kind of neat. This is not something that I'm going to pick up personally, but I just thought that it was kind of neat. So here's the zombie Santa Claus. And see, for the zombie Santa Claus, you have the evil Santa Claus head. That looks kind of cool. A couple of extra hands. Got a gift there. We got ourselves an axe. Looks like we got some zombie cookies. And then that wouldn't be milk. Oh, and a lump of coal. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. All right, so that's over at Big Bad Toy Store for this stuff. And another thing that caught my eye over on here is this really cool statue here. X-Men Battle Diorama Series, Albert and LCD. 1/10 art scale limited edition statue. So the price on this is not crazy. $254.99 with a weird $25.50 non-refundable deposit. But it looks really cool, you know. So it looks like it's Wolverine with a little girl on his back. But the description tells a really interesting story. I don't follow the comics, so I don't know if this is a part of any storyline or anything like this. But it's a cyborg. The Wolverine is a cyborg created by supervillain Donald Pierce. And the girl is a droid, LCD, upon on LCD for their artificial origin, with the appearance of a 5-year-old girl, and their counterpart, Albert, who's named after Albert Einstein. He's a robot and a copy of Logan, designed to kill Wolverine. But then their intelligence eventually clued them in that Logan is not a bad guy, so they eventually join forces with the X-Men to take on Magneto, the Sentinels, and the Brotherhood. But yeah, this is a really cool looking statue because it's just so different. You know, you got that classic Wolverine look, but of course it's not Wolverine, it's a freaking cyborg, and he looks awesome. And the little juxtaposition of that small girl pointing her finger towards, like, get him, sick him. That is really cool. So it's not a very big statue. 8.2 inches. That's how big it's going to be. 1/10 scale, made of polystone. That's pretty good. Limited edition, hand painted, based on original references, and the X-Men art scale statues that are sold separately cannot be attached to the single Sentinel. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool looking statue there by Iron Studios. And while we're on the subject of Marvel, was also taking a look at this X-Men Marvel Legends Wave 7. They have all 7 figures here to build the Colossus Build-A-Figure. And I think, I don't know what's forming up inside of me, but I ended up purchasing all of these figures with the exception of one. So Magneto, he doesn't come with any Build-A-Figure piece. So you're going to build this really cool Colossus, you know, but you do have Rogue here and Cyclops, Sabretooth, Shadowcat, Iceman, and Legion that do have the Build-A-Figure parts. So I ended up purchasing these from actually Target and Best Buy, with the exception of the Sabretooth, which I think is the hardest one to get so far, because he's the only one that's been showing as sold out or just available for pre-order. But if you wanted to pick him up, I did see that he is available for pre-order, at least. That's not sold out. Over at Best Buy, I'm sure you can find him in other places as well. But Big Bad Toy Store, their pre-orders are sold out. So they don't know when it's going to come out, but my guess would be pretty soon, sometime in November, if not that, maybe early December. And you need him in order to get the head of Colossus. So, you know, they're selling it for $22.99, you know, pretty decent price. And then also, there's a little bit of a discount on some of the other ones. You see Magneto's been slashed to $19.99. And then also, if you go over to Target.com right now, they've got a sale for buy 2 get 1 free on select Disney toys and clothing, and that includes Marvel Legends. So that's where I ended up picking up a few of these guys. So I was able to get not this Rogue, but I was able to get the Rogue that's a part of this Build-A-Figure wave. as well as I think Legion and Iceman from here as well. So you'll be able to save some money, buy two get one free, and they didn't jack up the price beforehand, so it's a good opportunity for some savings. So if you're looking at this in or around November 15th, 16th, something like that, check out your local Target or Target.com so that you can score some Marvel Legends at a discounted price if you buy more than two. All right. So now that we've got that done, I wanted to look at some Dragon Ball stuff. And I came across this cool statue here, this Dragon Ball Super Grandista manga dimensions or manga dimensions number 3 Goku. Now this is Ultra Instinct Goku, but what makes this one kind of cool and different than the one that I already have is like this is the one that has the paint job to make it look like it came right out of the graphic novel, which is something that they've done before in the past. I don't have any figures that had this kind of paint job, but here's an example of one right here. This is the Bardock manga dimensions version, which at one point I think the cheapest I've seen it was probably around $40-50 or something like that. But if you let it go for too long, eventually the price goes up and people jack up the price. So now on Amazon he's going for $80, and it's a really cool looking rendition of a Dragon Ball character. And I don't know how they do it, but it really looks like they came right out of the comics. And I know that this is just a promotional photo that they provide, but when we take a look at some of the user pictures that they submitted to Amazon, I mean, this is what it looks like. This is what Bardock looks like just in someone's shelf. I mean, isn't that cool? He doesn't even look real. Doesn't it look like someone just kind of photoshopped something from the comics into, real world, like AR style? And this is a sideways picture, but here's Vegeta and Goku and Bardock. I mean, look at that. The painting effects, the different shadowing and everything. I really like how Banpresto does this stuff, and it looks really, really cool. So Bardock, he's not my favorite character, but man, Presto seems to really like making Bardock figures. So yeah, that looks really cool to me. And Ultra Instinct Goku. So so I don't know. $70 that's kind of steep for these kind of statues because in the past they've gone for less than this, maybe like around $50-60, something like that. So I'm not too sure right now if this is the big bad toy store tax or if this is the supply line constraints. Thank you very much. You screwed us all over, COVID tax. But we shall see. And then here's another one of Bardock that doesn't have that manga look to it, but I still thought that he looked kind of cool. This is the Dragon Ball Super World Figure Coliseum 3 Super Master Stars Piece Bardock in 2 dimensions. So, a little specialized pose here. These are statues, so you can't move them. But, I do like how sometimes they have these really really cool looking scenes that they take and then they just make it into a statue form. So just having him bend down like this with the tattered clothing, scars all over his body, I think that's kind of cool. But again, $65, that's a lot of money. Typically a statue like this in the past that I would get from Banpresto at this 7-inch scale would be nowhere around this. I'm talking it would probably be more like between 30 and 40 maybe. But 65, you got starting to push it, man. You're really starting to push it. All right. And the other thing that I wanted to show as part of the, I'm not going to buy this because I just don't have enough money for it, but man, it would be cool if I did. This guy, I don't know why it took that so long. So this is the Dragon Ball HQS Plus Frieza 4th Form 1/4 scale limited edition statue. All right, it's $1,500 with a $225 non-refundable deposit coming out in the second quarter of 2023. So that's a ways out. But look at it though. I wish these pictures were bigger, but look at that. This is the full form of it. I love that effect, that giant energy fireball, whatever you want to call it. Got the water kicking up. We're on planet Namek for sure because of that landscape and those rocks. It's just a really awesome looking statue, but 1,500 bucks. But it's not small either, looking at these dimensions. So we got 18 by 5 width with a depth of 20.5 inches and a height of 30 inches. It ain't small, and it better not be for $1,500. It's made of poly resin and other materials, whatever that is. And it also has LED lights, 3 LED lights sequence. I cannot talk and I haven't even been drinking tonight. 3 LED sequences, fixed light, 2-second loops, and a 20-second sequence. Features translucent materials for the energy blast and the water. It's a limited edition, and it has 4,000 pieces that's going to be created. Yeah, and it looks really awesome. But not going to get anything like that unless I somehow came into a whole bunch of money. The kind of money where you can just stop caring about everything because you have money. All right, I hope you don't get to that point though. You always need to care about something. But anyway, those were the things that kind of caught my eye so far, looking at bigbadtoystore.com and checking out some other places as well that have just kind of come across in everyday life. And this is just the front page. And I did pick Big Bad Toy Store because, they just have the biggest selection of figures from all different types of brands, and it's easy to find, it's nicely organized. So that's why I wanted to go here, because I can kind of find everything here. But yeah, that is it. I'm sure there's a ton more stuff that I would be interested in, but I didn't want to go on for too long with this video. But if there are any awesome figures that you are interested in, leave a comment. Let us all know what is on your mind, so we can check it out and we can just kind of window shop together and wish for the things that we want that we probably won't get. So yeah, let's live that dream together. But anyway, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, I'm Jeremy. Talk to you later.